From 1933 to 1939, the lives of Germans under Nazi rule were profoundly reshaped by the regime's social, economic, and political policies. At the center of Nazi ideology was the concept of the Volksgemeinschaft, or people's community, which sought to unify the German people under a singular national identity, one that conformed strictly to Nazi ideals. This vision encompassed all aspects of life, including work, home, and family. Women were particularly affected by the Nazi regime's policies, as their role in society was redefined in line with the party's patriarchal and traditionalist views. The Nazis idealized women as homemakers and mothers, believing their primary duty was to raise large, racially pure families to secure the future of the Aryan race. Women were encouraged, and in some cases pressured, to leave the workforce and devote themselves to motherhood and domesticity. This was reinforced by numerous government initiatives, such as the Law for the Encouragement of Marriage, introduced in 1933, which provided newly married couples with a loan of 1,000 Reichsmarks, approximately 9 months' wages. For every child born, a quarter of the loan was forgiven. The more children a family had, the less they had to repay, incentivizing large families. Additionally, awards like the Mother's Cross were given to women who bore 4 or more children, celebrating them as heroines of the nation. This policy sought not only to increase the birth rate, but also to shape a new generation of Germans loyal to Nazi ideals. While women were pushed towards the home, the public and economic landscape of Germany was dramatically transformed by Nazi employment policies. When Adolf Hitler came to power in 1933, the country was still reeling from the Great Depression. With unemployment rates soaring above 30%, the Nazis quickly implemented public works projects to combat this crisis. The most notable of these was the construction of the Autobahn, Germany's extensive network of highways, which was designed not only to improve infrastructure, but also to provide immediate employment to thousands of jobless men. Alongside public works, the regime prioritized rearmament, beginning a vast program to rebuild Germany's military strength in violation of the Treaty of Versailles. Factories were converted or built anew to produce military equipment, and production ramped up across the board, leading to a sharp decrease in unemployment. By 1939, unemployment had been effectively eliminated, with the official rate dropping to near zero. However, these statistics were somewhat misleading. They excluded groups like Jews, women, and political opponents who were either barred from employment or removed from the labor force. The drop in unemployment and economic revival under Nazi rule led many Germans to feel they were better off than they had been in the early 1930s. Workers saw a boost in employment opportunities, especially in sectors related to public works and the armament industry. The Nazis also created organizations like the German Labour Front, DAF, which replaced trade unions that had been banned shortly after Hitler's rise to power. Although the DAF did not allow workers to bargain for wages or conditions, it provided them with benefits such as subsidized vacations, cultural activities, and sports facilities through the Strength Through Joy, Kraft durch Freude program. These programs were designed to win the support of workers by offering them leisure opportunities previously unavailable to many in the working class. For the middle class and many conservative Germans, the Nazi regime's emphasis on order, discipline, and the restoration of national pride resonated deeply. They appreciated the return of social stability and were often relieved to see an end to the street violence and economic uncertainty that had characterized the Weimar Republic. Many business owners benefited from the suppression of communist and socialist influences, as well as from lucrative contracts connected to the regime's public works and rearmament programs. For these groups, the Nazis appeared to have brought about a sense of normalcy and prosperity. However, it is crucial to note that this period of apparent economic and social improvement was not universal. It came at the cost of significant repression and exclusion. Jews, political dissidents, and other groups deemed undesirable by the Nazis faced discrimination, persecution, and violence, which intensified over these years. The supposed prosperity and social order under Nazi rule were underpinned by a totalitarian regime that brooked no dissent and used terror as a tool of control. While many Germans found themselves better off in the short term, this was achieved through policies that marginalized and victimized others, laying the foundation for much greater suffering in the years to come.